A West Lafayette police officer speaks out about just how difficult it is to have to pull the trigger when out in the field.
News 18's Krista Henry joins us now with more on police training. Krista?
Well, Jeff and Gina, last week's incident where that Lafayette police officer had to pull her trigger was a prime example of when police officers have to use deadly force. I talked to Sergeant Arthur Choate with the West Lafayette Police Department today, and he says no matter which department you work for, training for these types of situations is extremely crucial.
This is kind of an overflow area that we've ended up turning into one of our training areas.
Every day, Sergeant Arthur Choate with the West Lafayette Police Department puts his badge on. He's also putting his life on the line, making sure he's keeping the community safe.
Truth be told, it's an honor. A lot of people take it as an honor to be able to do that.
Although he says it's an honor, he says it's not easy. He knows every day he could be faced with a life or death situation and may have to make some difficult decisions while in the field.
I've been fortunate that I haven't actually had to pull the trigger in a deadly force situation, but the stress alone is, and this is, we talk to officers that have been in different situations, it's immense.
Sergeant Choate says every situation is different. However, he says no matter what the life-threatening situation is, there are many questions that run through an officer's mind while having to make those difficult split-second decisions.
Do they have the means? Do they have a gun? Do they have a knife? Do they have a baseball bat? Is there something behind it? What's their motive? And do they have the opportunity to use that weapon or something against a police officer?
And that's when he says all of the training they do on a regular basis comes into play.
From the academy and on, it goes into field training and further training for our officers. And then there's always the continuing education.
And he says it's the training which they rely on to go home to families at night.
We're only human, and we have families too, and it's something that, we want to go home to our families as well every single night.
Sergeant Choate says when they do have to pull that trigger, he says they shoot to stop any life-threatening action that is going on, even if that means having to kill someone. Krista Henry, News 18.